Hello, everybody. This is Claire coming to you with our latest health coaching meeting. We are going to be talking about the effect of sweeteners on the digestive system. One thing before I dive into this, there is both so much and so little research behind certain sweeteners right now that it was very interesting trying to find reliable information. So I looked up a bunch of studies and made sure to provide references for everybody. So stay tuned for that. But if you are interested in doing your own research, again, I do have references at the end. But feel free to check stuff out on your own and do your own research. And if you find anything, comment, let me know, and we'll go from there. So getting started right on into it, by sweeteners, I mean two different types. So there are non-nutritive sweeteners, which are zero or low-calorie alternatives to table sugar. They tend to be sweeter than regular table sugar, but have no nutritional value and have more altered chemical structures rather than, your classic honey, maple syrup, cane sugar, stuff like that. When it comes to non-nutritive sweeteners, there are both natural and synthetic types. So a natural would be from a plant source, and then a synthetic is usually built in a lab or a derivative of another substance, so another sweetener. So there are some that are made from sugar but have certain molecules and stuff pulled from it. It's complex. It's fine. And then the nutritive sweeteners are any sweeteners that contain calories, which then mean they provide energy. So calories are energy. Just remember that. And most recently, like in the recent past, a lot of people have started to lean more toward the low to no calorie sweeteners just to cut back on calories. And we'll dive into the difference between the two, and I'll provide some examples in the next slide. But just know that nutritive sweeteners are the ones that are derived from mainly plant sources and are natural, again, like honey, maple syrup, stuff like that. Okay. Few examples of each of them. Natural non-nutritive sweeteners are like stevia, monk fruit sweetener, and something called allulose, if anyone's heard of that. Some of the synthetic ones you are probably very familiar with: saccharin, which is sweet and low; sucralose, Splenda, aspartame, which is equal, like little equal packets; neotame, and acesulfame K. I feel like those last two are a little bit lesser known. And then your nutritive sweeteners, all the stuff that you bake with: cane sugar, agave, honey, fructose, which is the sugar commonly found in fruit, and then good old high fructose corn syrup, which is also found in everything. But those are just a few examples of nutritive and non-nutritive sweeteners, just so you can get an idea of what we're talking about. Things to avoid. Oh, here we go. I know some of you are not going to be happy about this slide. So some of these non-nutritive sweeteners, because they are low to no calorie, seem like a dream come true, but they do actually have a little bit of a dark side. So sucralose, saccharin, and aspartame specifically, in my research, I found that they can actually be kind of detrimental to your gut health and, quote, promote pathogenic changes in your gut microbiome, which means they can harm beneficial gut bacteria that contribute to your metabolism, healthy digestion, a few other processes within that. And you may know that your gut health is directly related to the rest of your body. It's all connected. And that gut harm, or the harm to the gut microbiome, is a term called dysbiosis. So keep that in mind. I'm probably going to use that again in the next couple minutes. Some symptoms of dysbiosis: you may notice bloating, some gas, discomfort, inflammation, stuff like that. No thank you. But just remember that sucralose, saccharin, and aspartame are Splenda, sweet and low, and equal packets. Some of the other artificial sweeteners, don't have quite the same effect or are not yet researched deeply enough. So just make sure that you are treading lightly. And if you absolutely must, just do it in moderation. I know. I can't have my Splenda. I know. Some of you are not happy. But I will provide some suggestions and ways to move forward while also protecting your gut flora. Okay? So you can, again, but just know the effects of the artificial sweeteners and how they may affect your body in those symptoms. Again, like bloating, gas, some of that discomfort. We'll talk about some alternatives that might be better for your digestive system and all of the surrounding processes that are connected to it. And again, there's so much more research that needs to be done. Even with all of the stuff that's out now, there's a lot to be discussed and visited before making more informed decisions. So we're just kind of scratching the surface here. This this is just something that I had to share while I was creating these slides. I remembered the Sugarless Haribo gummy bear reviews on Amazon. I provided a couple. Feel free to give the video a pause and read through these. I am not going to read through these for you. But there is a sweetener called Lycosin. If you look on the right side of the page, you'll see that that's the first ingredient on that list. But it has very interesting effects on your digestive system. So if you're ever backed up, get yourself some Haribo gummy bears and you're set, sugar-free ones. So yeah, enjoy that. Just thought I'd give you a laugh in the middle of a rather serious topic. So enjoy. Okay. With all of that said, I'm not going to give you this information without a few suggestions or solutions moving forward. So some of the best options instead of the saccharin, sucralose, and aspartame could be more natural non-nutritive sweeteners. So the naturally derived non-nutritive or the low-calorie sweeteners, which include stevia, monk fruit, and allulose. It is not an exhaustive list, but those are the most commonly found. One thing to note with stevia is that there were a couple things that I found online that said it may cause dysbiosis, but more research is needed. So we're not 100% sure. Again, tread lightly, just everything in moderation. Don't be, down in packs of stevia in your spare time. And then the nutritive sweeteners, again, cane sugar, maple syrup, honey, agave, fructose from fruit, and other natural, real sugar sweeteners are going to be your best bet. And again, just in terms of calories, we do want to focus on moderation. So my vote is that it is safe to lean more toward the nutritive sweeteners. If you are trying to be conscious of the calories and you are sweetening some tea or trying to lightly sweeten some yogurt without any extra calories, you can try any of the natural non-nutritive sweeteners, but again, just be careful. You have been warned. And that's about all I have for you. So I hope that you found this informative. Here are the references. So you can either look up those studies or check out your own. And again, feel free to share with me if you find anything that differs from what I did, and we can discuss. But if anybody has any questions, feel free to shoot me an email, claireby@innerstrengthpgh.com, or just shoot a comment below the post. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a wonderful day.